In this video, I'm going to show you how to build Mumbo Jumbo's new tree farm that he recently built on Hermitcraft Season 7. So that you actually see this is working, I'm going to do a very brief demonstration before we start. Let's turn on this TNT duper up here. Come on, anytime now, thank you. Turn on TNT duper like that, that'll start going, and if we put in saplings down here, all of this is working. You'll get to see more demonstrations of this a little bit later on, but I think that's enough for now. This will go over here, it'll get shoved that way, it'll go over here, and get shoved this way, and then get blown up by the TNT. So now that those are turned off, let's go ahead and get started with this tutorial. So you're going to start with one block in midair, and I'd recommend building this above the ground due to the nature of the TNT falling and the explosion. So maybe 10-15 blocks in there is probably a good height, but you're going to start with one block. And yeah, we're just going to use stone bricks for now. So you're going to have a formation like this, one block here, and then 4 more off to the sides. You're going to have a lever right there, then you're going to get a comparator facing that way and set to subtract, and then you're going to put redstone like that. Now if you do that, it actually creates an extremely fast clock circuit just like that. Off to this side here, you're going to go out 3 blocks like that, and then you're going to go up a block here and then up a block like that. And you're going to run redstone on all of those blocks, and right here you're going to have a piston, a sticky piston facing in that direction with a redstone block coming off of it like that. Coming off this block, you're going to take 2 dirt blocks like that, and you're going to place a dispenser right there. This is what you're going to want to load up with bone meal for the actual farm to work. So you're going to place a glass block here, and then you're going to get just a block here like that, so you can put 3 hoppers all facing in that direction, facing toward, I guess, a hopper is going to go over here in a moment. And then we're going to have a hopper here, 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 and then we're going to get a hopper facing that way, like that. Now we're going to get one more hopper facing in that direction, and then right here we're going to have a hopper facing straight out like that, and a chest right here. This is where most of the apples, saplings, and sticks will be collected. Not all of them, because oftentimes they will glitch through the sides of these pistons here. You'll see that more when we run it later, but they actually do glitch out the sides, which is a little bit unfortunate. I'm not sure if there's a way to stop that. There might be, but I have not found a way to stop them from just coming out the sides. Although a lot of them do actually make it in here, about maybe 60% of everything goes in there. So from this hopper, there's going to be 3 more that face out like that, and then there's going to be a hopper right here, and a hopper right here facing into those hoppers going in that direction. Actually, there's going to be a total of 3. There's going to be an extra hopper right here as well, and you're going to get some redstone and place the redstone there like that on that glass. Then you're going to get a block there and get a redstone torch and place it there just like that. And so now if we were to turn that on and activate that, you'll notice that if we place a solid block here, it will trigger that piston down there just because of the way the piston updates if it has this signal here. It's something weird that makes it do that, but that's how the farm actually works. So right here on this hopper, you're going to place a glass block, and then you're going to have 3 additional solid blocks, actually a total of 6 additional solid blocks on top of it like that. And then over here we're going to have a solid block starting there and going all the way to the top here as well. This here is actually going to go up 1 extra block like this, and then actually over here you're going to have an additional tower of 7 solid blocks going up like that as well on that side. Right here on the sides of these blocks here, you're going to have 7 sticky pistons and a tower facing up just like that. So if we come down here, you're going to come out a block like this and over, and you're going to place redstone there and have 2 more blocks. Then you're going to get a repeater and leave it on just 1 tick like that, and we're going to do the same thing over here, but you're going to have a gap in the middle, so those are separated. There we go. Now on both sides, this is going to go up 2 blocks with redstone on top like this. It's going to do that on both sides just like that. But now we're going to need to get some slabs. But actually first, now we're going to take a second row of pistons, a second piston wall, and place it behind the one that we already have. So you should end up with 2 sticky piston walls like this, just right next to each other. And if we go right here, we're going to have a solid block, then a slab, then we're going to go up to here, solid block, slab, and then up to here in a solid block and a slab like that. You're going to have a repeater there set to 2 ticks, and then down there 2 ticks, down there 2 ticks. Then redstone, redstone, and redstone like that. Then we're going to get some glass, and we're going to put glass right there. We're going to put redstone on it, then more glass, and then more redstone, and then finally another piece of glass up there. There's going to be redstone up here, And if we were to go across here, one block like this, we're gonna have a slab there and then a slab out like that, and then we're gonna do the same thing over here and the same thing right there. And actually we're gonna also have a slab up there like that. So there should be 4 of these things here. You're gonna have redstone, 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 then repeater, 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 all set to 1 tick, just like that. And now 1 block up technically from the slab, but just on the same block as the repeater, you're gonna have a total of 5 blocks coming out like that. And you're gonna do that for all of these 4 different little, just I guess, strips of redstone here, you could call them. And you're gonna have redstone on all these blocks like this. And then we're gonna get some sticky pistons. Yes, we're using more sticky pistons. You're gonna have a sticky piston here, 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 here. And so you're gonna have a total of 30 sticky pistons here, 5 by 6, like this in a big wall. And then we're gonna have more solid blocks facing, just, I guess they're not gonna be facing any directions just because I'm using logs. You don't have to use logs, by the way, but that's what Mumbo used, so that was just because of his decoration choices, but we're gonna be using that so it looks similar. And now if we were to, yeah, we can try this. If we turn this on, we place a block here, you'll see that that actually goes forward. And however, this side back here is not really connected up yet. It's partially connected, but not fully yet. So now right here, we're gonna have an L shape kind of like this on every other block. It's basically the same as we did over here. And so we're gonna have redstone on top of all these slabs here like this. It's gonna be on the first one, then the third, then the 5th, and then I guess the 7th, like that. Then we're gonna take some more glass. We're gonna have glass there with redstone, glass there with redstone, glass there with redstone. And I think that's all for that. Now I think we have everything for this. Yeah, that all gets shoved forward. Wait, actually not quite. We need just 1 more of these little things here with redstone and repeater like that. I actually didn't have that in the other one until just now. I just realized that this top piston set wasn't firing fully. It was partially firing, but not completely. It wasn't actually like breaking the farm, but it could have. So yeah, if we put a block here, all of that gets pushed forward like that. And now we're pretty much gonna have to build another one of these things, only slightly different on the other side here. So we're gonna come down a block here like this with slabs, sort of like what we did over there. And we're gonna have this repeated 4 times. This is gonna be an L shape like that. So down there as well. And we're actually gonna just put 1 more piece of glass up here just so it's easy for a reference point. We don't need that anymore, so we're gonna take that off. But now we have 3 of these sort of L shaped things here. You're gonna have a repeater on all these set to just the 1 tick setting. And then that's all gonna get connected up. And then we're gonna have 4 blocks this time coming off of each one of these repeaters here, not 5. And the final one goes up here. We're gonna put redstone on all of these like that, and then we're gonna put in our pistons. So it's gonna be a 4 by 6 piston wall like this. So that would be 6. Then these are all sticky pistons as well. And once we have that, we're gonna be putting our solid blocks on this just like we did on the other side. And then this is actually gonna be mostly done for the tree farm part itself, although I'm gonna add glass. I added extra glass here to attempt to stop stuff from getting flung out. We need to add the glass, the roof, and everything, so there's a little bit more that needs to be done. Like you can see here, I have a bunch of glass around the sides. That was just an attempt to stop items getting yeeted out and not collected by the hoppers. You'll see here that if we do that, all of that gets pushed, meaning that all of this is done. We can turn that off for now so it's not incredibly annoying. But up here we're gonna have a roof like this, and it's gonna just extend out over all of this. And then we're gonna have sort of kind of a glass front here, but it's gonna have a gap in the middle for the logs to come out. And that gap is gonna be how many blocks high? I do not remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks high. All right, so a 5 block high gap. This is actually going to come down a little bit more, so yeah, that's 5. Let's see, we're going to be putting glass around this area here, glass here, and then glass all across this area. Although we're going to leave a gap here so you can actually get in. There's going to be glass there. There's going to be glass filling this gap here. This is an attempt to stop items glitching out. we're gonna have a bunch of glass here, here, and we're gonna have glass right there. And actually, there's already some glass up there, so that'll just get connected. I think that's about it for the glass that I added. That just helps the items not get flung out. Stuff still gets glitched through, which is unfortunate, but there are some ways you can solve that I'll talk about a little bit later. But now actually I could just demonstrate this. We're just going to put a little bit of bone meal in here, because I don't want to clog this up quite yet, because we obviously don't have anything else ready for it. So if I turn this on and we put a sapling here. Oh, I made that wrong there. Now with the elytra we can go into crawl mode here. You could also use a trapdoor. We can place that. That'll get bone mealed, crushed, and pushed along. So we'll just do a couple trees like that, and you can see that it's starting to get pushed out here. And these leaves, when they hit the glass or anything else hits them, they just like get broken and nothing really happens. So you don't have to worry about that. So as you can see, it's working, and it also tried to put the saplings out there. There might be stuff in there. Yeah, there's a little bit of stuff in there, but obviously not as much as what was actually created. You can see it's flung stuff on the ground there, so that's unfortunate. So if we go out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks from here, the 8th block is going to be set back 1, and it's going to have a redstone torch on it like that. We're going to remove these blocks here. We're going to put 5 regular pistons stacked on top of each other like that there, and then here we're going to have a block, then 2 slabs placed like that, and then a slab up there. You're going to have a repeater there, and then you're going to take some redstone, place the redstone like that. You're going to get glass there, and glass up there like that with a block of gap in between, and then a slab there, and a slab up there. You're going to put redstone on top of all that, and now if we do that, all of these get pushed out immediately like that. This is a different design than over here, because I spent half an hour trying to make this design work just by copying it over. This design works here, but it refuses to work here, and I have zero idea why. So we're just going to be moving on with this new design. So if we were to go, let's see, 1 and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. The 12th block is going to be a redstone torch. So you're going to count, let's see, that would be, there's basically going to be 10 blocks of space in between this torch right here and then this torch right here. And then we're going to be building up another one of these towers. So we're going to have the pistons back here diagonally off like that. And there are going to be 5 of them, once again, going straight up like that. And I guess we'll see if this design works over there or not. So we're going to have 2 extra slabs here, some redstone like that, and then a target block. And we're going to go up a block with 2 blocks back here, and then a block up there like that. And I think we have glass. And then we have glass up there, and we're going to have a slab like that, I think. May actually not need that. Let's see if this works. Okay, well that works. I don't know why the other one doesn't work, but anyways, if we actually, I can actually demonstrate. If we keep putting blocks here, that's gonna start getting pushed that way. As you can see, it's making its way around there, so that's all good. Now this obsidian blast shield that I have is to protect this area from explosion damage, and this is to protect this area. I don't 100% know for sure if it actually does damage this or this, but it actually did some in Mumbo's video. So I just decided to put a blast wall here just in case. You can experiment without it, but just be careful, this side may take damage along with this. But it's pretty simple what I did here. It's just a if we go over here, if we put, I think it was obsidian like right like this. It was just up and then over, so that the only gap is it's just a 6 block gap like this. You actually, I had this come down one just to protect that, so it's basically just a gap like that for the stuff to come out. And then over here, this was, I guess that's a 3 block gap. So here there's a 3 block gap before we have a let's see, I think it's a 6 by 7 just rectangle of obsidian. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7, then it goes down 6, and then we just fill this in. And this is just a blast shield, like I mentioned, to protect that area from explosion damage. And then at the bottom here, you go out 2 blocks, and then you have a 1 by 3 block little, just I guess it would be an obsidian bar or something like this. And this is where the TNT lands. and that's where it explodes and gets the wood from everything here. So we're going to be building the TNT duper now, and then we're pretty much done. I will talk a little bit about collection systems because you could do quite a few different things with the collection system, and they're all pretty easy. And yeah, we'll get to that in a little bit, but let's work on this. So right here, if we go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 blocks, then the 10th being over by 1, that's where we can start our TNT duper. So you're going to have 3 blocks here. It corresponds to that down there, by the way. Then you're going to get not normal piston. We're going to have sticky pistons facing inward. And then we're going to have 2 more rows of blocks here, a 2x6 platform. Then up here, we're going to have a block like that, and we're going to get some redstone. We're going to get some repeaters. Those are going to be set to 4 ticks just like that. And you're going to get some furnaces right here. You don't have to place them like this. We're just doing so you can't actually see the front of them. And then back here, you're going to go up a block and have 3 blocks like this. And you're going to go up again and have 2 blocks. You're going to have dust there and dust there, and then a repeater right there. Then you can go up a block like this and then back 1, and you're going to have a torch on it and then a lever like that. You can actually turn that off if you want. If you don't want that extended, but it doesn't really matter too much. And then you can go down a block and then have 3 out like this. Then there's some specific repeater timings here. So on this side, you're going to have 2 repeaters set to 1 tick and then 1 4-tick repeater, 2 blocks up here with some redstone on them. And then there's going to be 3 repeaters here. They're also specific timings. So you're going to have 2 set to 4 ticks, 1 set to 1 tick, and they're going to face in that opposite direction. So if we pull that, you'll see that it's actually a clock circuit now, which means we just need to hook up the TNT duper to this, which is the easy part. So you're going to get a sticky piston and place it there like that. Then you're going to get some slime blocks placed to them in an L shape, and then you're going to get a fence, and then you're going to place the slime blocks on the side of that fence. Then you're going to get a dead coral fan, and then you're going to get TNT. You're going to place the TNT there. You're going to place a detector rail, and then you're going to place a minecart on top of it. That's the TNT duper all done. Let's just double check to make sure nothing is wrong. Actually, wait, we're not ready to turn this on. These are actually 1 block over. These need to be right here instead, so that the TNT doesn't accidentally sit here when it's retracted and then blow everything up. Now, if we flick that lever, that'll prime itself, and then that'll start dispensing TNT like that. And now that always just closes right under it and gives it a little bit of extra time to just get ready to explode. And now there's never any danger of the TNT launching another piece into the air and blowing stuff up that's bad. So with that being done, this farm is actually completed. However, there's not a collection system for the wood yet, which is what we're gonna do shortly. But the farm itself is completed. So we turn this on, we bone meal that up like that. We can sit in here and get our trees to grow, and I'll grow enough trees so you can actually see what's gonna happen. That looks like it may actually already be being pushed in that direction. It's hard to tell. That'll start pushing more. It may already be being blown up. Let's see. I'll just keep placing this in so we'll get a definite idea of what's happening over there. Okay. Yep, it's getting pushed in, and it looks like it's getting destroyed. Yes, indeed. Indeed it is. And as you can see, we have logs on the ground, which is of course a good sign. So let me just go ahead and put a few more trees in here. You can see a little bit is being collected, but not a lot. There's a lot of stuff elsewhere that's not where it's supposed to be, obviously. Alright, let's see some of this get blown up in action. So yeah, there goes more of it. There's quite a bit of wood on the ground. Let's see just how much. I've got 12 logs. That seems about right. Oh, there's actually more. Okay, 16 logs. Also in that last clip, you may have noticed that a few logs, about 3 I think, went 1 block too far and did not actually get pushed toward the TNT. And I was unable to recreate that, like, after more testing. So my only, thought on why that can happen occasionally is maybe if it grows the trees in really fast succession, maybe it's too fast, but I don't I don't think it should be, since it's only determined by the pistons in the actual farm. So I'm not sure. I noticed that it was missing a bottom block, which would prevent it from getting activated, but I never once saw, like, after a lot more testing, that happen again. So I'm not really sure why that happened, but yeah, I just thought I'd mention that because I thought that was really weird. But I was like I said, I was unable to recreate that happening after a lot more testing. To address all of the junk that's on the ground here, luckily everything on the ground gives us sort of an idea of how big we might want this thing to be. So if you want, you could have an extra big just water area for the items to fall into. If you're worried about collecting all of like everything that gets spewed out of this, you could have like a massive area, or you could have a small area, and I'll just do borders so you can see what I mean. This could be like the size of the water area that you would have if you want to collect absolutely everything, including some of the extra saplings and stuff that gets flung out. Because it's hard to tell, but you may lose saplings or you may not. It just depends on how long you run this. So this would be about the size of area if you want to collect everything. So this here is 30 by 24. And as a reference guide, this point right here lines up, I believe, on the 12th block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 12th block lines up on the 12th block out of 30. So that's sort of a reference guide. The smaller thing here is the smaller like area if you just want the logs is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Starts at the 11th block there, and it starts at the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, the 10th block there. So yeah, if you see stuff like, if you see logs outside of that, you can expand that. It's kind of just play around with it depending on your situation, your area where you built it. Also, just real fast, if you're unclear on what I mean by just a water collection system, you would want to have something maybe like, if you're doing the entire thing, you would just have water along one side. Then it would flow down, then you would like just break it and have it continue flowing down like this, and then maybe like, if we go over here, I'll demonstrate. Once it got to the very end, you would have to actually have it go down again. Once you got to the very end, you could have like a row of hoppers collecting stuff, and you could do this only on a smaller scale over there if you're just collecting the logs. So yeah, you'd want to do this like in the entire area. You also could adjust the area if it's like too big or too small when you actually build it, because it's a little bit specific to each person. So that's what I mean by like having a water collection system. So hopefully that clears things up if it was a little bit confusing. And obviously leaves, or not leaves, but saplings do get stuck up here. So if you notice a lot, you can always collect them. And there's also some stuff in there. There's not a lot. I mean, I just put stuff in, but there's also not a good way to auto feed bone meal into this. So just be aware of that. You're going to have to restock this from like somewhere. And the best place probably to actually farm is to go right in here, because you can crouch and you won't get affected by the farm, but you can also pick up stuff that doesn't get scooped up by the hoppers, like stuff on these blocks. So that's where I'd recommend farming from. And yeah, anyways, I think that's gonna do it for this tutorial. And if you guys found this informative or helpful, then consider leaving a like and subscribing with notifications on, so you don't miss out on future videos like this and live streams as well. We're actually probably in the next couple weeks gonna get to 2,000 subscribers, so that's gonna be really awesome. So I'm looking forward to 2K. I'm not sure when, maybe 2 or 3 weeks or something, but yeah, thanks for all the support. And if you want to join my Discord, the link is down in the description below. There's also going to be a link to the world download in the description. It's going to be called Mumbo Tree Farm in the Google Drive, because I have the worlds in a Google Drive. And yeah, also the link to Mumbo's video where he had this farm like first built will be in the description below. But that's going to do it for today, guys. I've been Speed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video or live stream. Bye.